Hey guys, today's February the 24th of 2022, and I want to cover gold using the Gann price and time technical analysis. This video is going to be interesting. I'm going to be going over cycles, seasonal, and other techniques. But first off, I want to address what's going on in regards to Russia and Ukraine. As of I know, the news are stating that Russia invaded Ukraine yesterday or last night, and they're already in, and it's just begun. The war has just begun, the invasion. In regards to gold, with this going on, anything could happen in regards to gold. In regards to upside, it could explode. There's a lot of uncertainty. You already see that the markets are selling off, and this is the unpredictable scenario where gold could continue pushing higher. But there's a lot of things going on also in regards to seasonalities and cycles that I'm going to show you. Some of them, correlate, and some of them go against each other. So there's no correlation, and they're at opposites. But either way, I'm going to walk you through this. So if you're a gold bug investor, I hold gold, physical gold. And I did some scalping last night and this morning, and I'm out now. I have no position, but I do own physical gold. So whatever happens, if it goes high, I'm happy. But I just wanted to put that out there. This is what you need to keep your radar on in regards to Russia and Ukraine. So let's get into the charts. Okay, so this chart right here, this is GC, gold futures, going back all the way to 2001. And the prominent dominant cycle that comes up is the 245. And that one topped out somewhere around March the 3rd of 2021. And that cycle is down all the way to June the 12th, around there, on 2023. Okay, right here we have the daily chart. And this is going back from 2017 to 2022. In the daily chart, the important cycle that comes out, the prominent cycle here, is the 382 cycle. And that 382 cycle just topped out this week, somewhere around the 23rd, 22nd, around there. The next one that's important is the 226. I'll take that one off and put that one there. And that one is topping out somewhere around March the 29th, around there. 28th, 29th, it tops out. And then the last one, there's only three I see that are important. It's the 180, the 180 cycle on the daily chart. And that's that topped out somewhere around the February the 18th. So if we merge all those three and create a composite, you can see that this week is getting toppy, and also all the way to March 4th will be the top. Keep that on the radar. Just keep that in your mind. I'm going to eventually, in the end or somewhere in the midpoint, show you all these things so you can see the big picture. But this is the daily cycle, and it's getting toppy right now. So what I just covered here, this is what I call my mind mapping. And this is the area that we just covered, cycle spectrum on the future. So the weekly, 245 is down. The daily, there's a top on the 24th. On the 226, there's a top on March 26th. And on the 180 cycle, there's a top on the 21st. So these two topped out already. There's one approaching, do the composite, and there's a possible top on March the 4th. Now we're going to go into seasonality, which is right here. And we're going to be looking at the approaching tops where we at right now. Okay, in regards to seasonality, this is January. From here, you can see that we already up somewhere around 6.08%. If we had our 5-year average, you can see that our 5-year average tops out somewhere around the February the 23rd, and that was yesterday, and it averages about 3.28%. We had our 10-year average, and you can see in seasonality, 10-year, it tops out somewhere around the 23rd, at a 4.447%. We add our 15-year. You can see that our 15-year kind of just tops out somewhere around the 23rd, but kind of goes sideways and then drops out pretty much at the end of, of the month, February 28th, around 4.38%. You add all those three together, the 5, the 10, the 15, those are pretty much Gann cycles. And you can see a lot of it just starts topping out from the 23rd on to the 28th. What could be the monkey wrench thrown in here is the Russia-Ukraine invasion. This will probably go out the window if that thing escalates. This could just continue pushing higher and we'll ignore all this. But we can't ignore the seasonality of what goes on with gold. And this is where it starts turning down and it starts bottoming somewhere around March or finds kind of a swing low. So if you're an investor and you're long, keep your eye on the gold, just in case, it starts turning lower and you're shocked. It's like, what the hell is going on? This could be affecting it, of other things also, which I'm going to be covering on the cycles. But this is the seasonality. So this is very key in regards to forecasting. So keep an eye on this chart and see how it all plays out, from February to March. In regards to the COT report, you can see right here that gold is trending right there and copper got the green light. You can look at the commercial, large speculators, small traders, and right now the COT index is at the 50% right there, but the trend is up with copper. So that's a good sign for the bulls. Okay, on our linear regression channel, you can see that right here, this was the top of the 1953, and also you got the top range of the linear regression right here. It's pretty much overextended, and I can see algo traders and computer trading systems shorting over here and over here, and this is where we at. But this is the top of the range on the daily chart. On the weekly chart, you're still at the top of the range right here, but if it's going to chug along and the Russia-Ukraine, it's going to be more of a concerning thing. 2104 could be your next target on the linear regression channel. And then on the monthly, you're right here, kind of chugging along right here. A target will be that 2119, which is pretty much going to might retest that 2089 first. And if it pushes higher, that 2119 is going to be your top of the range on the linear regression channel using a 10-year right here. This is a weekly, 5-year, and then this is the 1-year linear regression channel. Using our Fib grid on the weekly chart, you can see that this was a key level, which is that 2.618 Fibonacci level. So that price target or level is at 1914. If we close below 1914 and can hold that, and your next target will be that 1788 again, which you can see that has been support out here, just kind of bouncing back and forth. But if we could chug along and continue pushing higher, that 2120 will be your target. Obviously, it's going to have to retest 2089, but 2120 will be a target to watch. Using our midpoint chart that I've been talking about on my last couple of videos, you can see that we extended ourselves from the daily pivot points, from the weekly pivot points, which are here, and the monthly. All these purple lines were overextensions, and we blew right through it. So anyone left to analyze will be the weekly. So I'm going to blow up the weekly. I mean, not the weekly, the yearly. You can see the key levels that you want to keep an eye on, which would be this 1817 right there. And also you can see that this was an important level, that 1962, and it went as high as 1974. The next key ones you want to watch, if it's going to push along, be that 2034 and that 107, which is this one right here. But so far, this candle is not looking too good. There's a lot of selling pressure. But if we can regain it, those are the key levels you want to look to the upside. And as support, we can always look back to the other levels. But so far, 1817 is a key level on the yearly chart that you want to keep an eye on. Okay, right here, this is the simple glance chart I use. And you can see that the value area high over here is the 1983 you want to keep an eye on. This is going 3 years back on the daily chart, and on the weekly chart, we went back 5 years. The value area high is 2014. Possible targets if we're gonna chuck along and retest or hit those value area highs. Right now, you can see it's very overextended. Good thing is that it's above the cloud, above the moving averages. PPS buy signal. MACD looks good here. Volumes for the last couple of weeks have been great. They're in the green. Today's positive. MACD is positive on the green, but very overextended and a lot of volatility. So the regression channels are pointing up. This is sideways to up. So the path of least resistance is to the upside, but be careful because, like I said, there's other things going on in regards to seasonalities, and we're going to probably be entering some cycles that we got to see if they're going to play out or not. Okay, so this is the master chart, and I wanted to show you the Gann squaring the range. I don't have today's data, but this was a key level, which was 1974. That is the 1/4 level, and we pierced it, and we went to 1976 and then sold off. So once we get to close today, on my next update, you'll see that this was a key level of resistance, the 1974, using the Gann squaring the range. Let's get that out, and let's look at the solar cycle. And you can see that there's a hump right here where it tops out on the 20th, and then it bottoms out on the 15th. So that's a cycle I keep on my radar. Next cycles I have, you can look at them as a shorter time frame, mid time frame, and then a larger time frame, which is like the big picture. So small, medium, small, medium, and large. If you want to look at that daily, weekly, monthly. So this is the smaller time frame. We topped out on the 17th, and we're going to bottom out around the 19th. So keep an eye on that. The mid looks like it's going to project higher into May. So we bottomed out somewhere around February the 15th, projecting higher into May. And that's the mid time frame. And then the big picture is this one right here, which we bottomed out somewhere around September. And we're going to make a possible top somewhere around September of 2023. So if you put the big picture, the mid time frame, and the short time frame, you can see how price is fluctuating, could possibly fluctuate from like a pullback and then project higher into May and then pull back or, sideways and that kind of deal. So let's take all of those off. I showed you the Gann square. The weekly bars look positive. You can see right here, the last 1, 2, 3 weeks have been positive. Looking at the monthly bar, everything is looking good right there so far. So to wrap it up, as you can see, we went over the spectrum, cycle spectrum right there. And this is a composite. So these are dates I have on my radar. We went through the cycle RPO. So this was the short time frame, mid time frame, and big time frame. And those are dates I'll be watching in regards to the cycle, which is this one. So they're branching out. This is the solar cycle that I mentioned on the master chart. Topped out on the 20th, and it bottoms out on the 15th. So that covers right there the cycles and the seasonality. You can see that we're already approaching a top, and we're in that danger zone right here, which is the 23rd through the 28th. That's pretty much this whole week. We got to be cautious if things just turn around. In regards to the monthly bars, we're both bullish. Regards to COT, Commitments of Trader Report, it's trending, it's bullish. And these are levels, key levels, the all-time high, which is at 2089, and also the midpoint chart, that's MPC, 2034 and 2107. You want to keep an eye on. On the Gann square, squaring the range, you can see that we already hit the 1/4, which is at 1974. It blew through the 1940 and the 1924, which is the 1/6 and 1/8. And then the value area high, which is at 2014 and 1983. So we're very close. We were very close today, hitting that 1983 value area high. TA, technical analysis summary, all time frames are bullish and strong. So path to the least resistance is to the upside. What's the monkey in the wrench? Concerns, seasonality right here. some things in regards to spectrum analysis and some of these cycles right here. And obviously the Russia and Ukraine invasion could just destroy all of this, and that thing could just explode to the upside and ignore all of these technicals, mathematics, and cycles. So if you are aware of that and you're a gold bug, at least you're aware, you know all these important things. So if it sells off, you know why, because of the cycles. If it's just shooting up and you think, it's supposed to be going down because the seasonalities and there's other factors affecting it, is the Crimea and, not Crimea, the Ukraine and the Russian invasion, that it's going to affect it and it's just going to continue pushing higher. And it could retest that all-time high, and ignore all of these things. As I said, price is king, and it's going to do what it's going to do.